Okay, we'll take a couple of more phone calls. Whenever you hear that Rocky voice, yeah, what's up, Tony? That's that motherfucker right now. Hello.
It's in your mouth. It's sensitive.
Hello.
Hello? Go get on with that motherfucker Bogus, man. It's Savage Studios, man. You know the deal.
What you want to do, killer?
Hey, listen,
this
man.
goofy ass fool. Hey, bro, don't be stalking me on people's YouTube channels.
Hey, shut your bitch ass.
Okay. You calling me your mom's name now, huh? Okay, run it.
Hey,
go ahead.
You speaking on my name. You speaking on my name, right?
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, ask the question.
If you so motherfucking if you so above me, right? You block me. You don't want to deal with me.
Yeah.
Why are you still speaking on my name, huh? Why are you still speaking on my name?
Because to talk to you directly is to talk to a confidential informant, homie, and to argue with you and to take it anywhere gangster is to admit myself to any criminal activity, fool. You already debriefed, you already rolled it up, fool. Nobody's gonna argue, nobody's gonna beef with you, dog. You know what you got coming. You going to hell all by yourself, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Judas died by himself. Remember that, sucker. Don't try to talk to a righteous one like you got the right to, my boy. You ain't nothing but the bottom of the toilet, baby. Don't forget that shit. You ain't gonna do nothing, bro. Stop it. You gonna tell me is what you gonna do. You already proved that shit. You already proved that shit, bro. And you're great at telling. Keep telling.
Let me talk. Let me say something now. Let me say something. We can sign waivers. We can do it for a charity.
Sign waivers? Who talks like that, fool? Only a prior rat would say, let's sign waivers, fool. Straight up. Because only a motherfucker like you knows how to work with paperwork and a pen, fool. Shut the fuck up. You're talking to an intelligent fool with your manipulating ass. Yes, I'm very scared, bro. That's why I never locked it up. You couldn't do that. My hood is thorough, fool. Look about it, dog. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. You done? Are you done? Are you fucking done, weirdo? Go smoke your meth, fool, and jack off in your room, bro. Go nobody. No, I'm having fun. Hey, no, go ahead.
Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. You know, I get a lot of flack on here. I get a lot of heat. In a lot of ways, I get treated unfairly, but that's okay. I came to YouTube with a purpose. There's a meaning and a method to everything that I do. I can honestly tell you 96% of everything that happens on this channel is done with a purpose and for reason. And a lot of times, I use this and I draw a lot of the frustration out, a lot of things to me, and negative forces or attacks or whatnot. And it only helps me grow internally myself. It teaches me a valuable lesson that I'm grateful for, that I will never sacrifice my principles. I will never sell my soul to the hierarchy, the celebrity elite power structure on its fist fucking weirdos. I'll never tell you what you want to hear just so I can get in the good graces of these royal king and queen boob tubers that have done a fantastic job of manipulating millions of people and believing their bullshit and their lies. But all these people, they all get along. And you got to ask yourself why. But me, I've been seeing the bullshit since day one. Since I started getting into prison reform. I saw a bunch of formerly incarcerated men and women who talk a good one, who've got the hearts and the souls of all these brokenhearted and worrying, emotionally charged mothers and loved ones out there that just want answers and solutions. But these people in criminal justice reform have figured out a way how to be criminals without being criminals. They just profit off the crime game by spinning you all kinds of bullshit, but they never come up with a solution. They stick the fist up, but to them, the secret meaning of the fist means that they're fist fucking everybody and they're laughing about it. But where are the solutions is why I said, man, got up out of the game and I came up in here on YouTube as the villain. Because there's way too much bullshit, hypocrisy, and manipulating going on. Somebody that's learned cognitive behavioral therapy, somebody that's learned emotional intelligence the way that I've learned it from some fucking real beasts, some real highly intelligent people in that federal prison system. And I got a fucking hair trigger bullshit meter, man. So I decided that I'm going to come on here and I'm just going to be my authentic self. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut. I'm going to slap you across the grill with that sausage of reality. You're going to need to have that happen to you, or you're not going to want to have it, but you deserve it in some cases. But it's coming. So I get a lot of flack from that, but yet some of these people that have the optics down, they have the optical illusion, they have the look, they probably have the tattoos all over them, or they've been pumping themselves full of roids or whatnot, or they got the pretty smile. But the tattoos, all over the face and the neck and everything like that, all over the chest, all these different things. You know what we used to call those kind of people back in the day? We called them a painted lame. That's what we call them. Especially those people that want to get the Warriors helmets put on their head. They get their head all tatted up. It's called a Warriors helmet. You got to earn that shit. But some of these clowns that get it anyways. People that do all these things and then they get on YouTube and they make a complete fucking ass of themselves. They get caught up in weird stuff. They go down in a fucking downward spiral into oblivion. They abuse the ones that they love most. Now, there's a big indicator and a clue right there. You'll know a man or a woman by who they really are, by how that they treat the people that they claim to love so much, or how they treat their children, or how they have treated their children. And they may have learned a way to like control it or bury it, but you can never take back what you've done. It's always going to be there. The scars are always there. They go down in flames and they blame everyone else around them. They go down in flames and they take everyone else with them. Especially, like I said, if they've dropped out and became like a super PC, to where they've joined these PC gangs, and they have a platform and they have the ears of several people and they're influencing them. They're getting on there and they're telling you it's okay to, be a piece of shit. It's okay to rat. It's okay to be that. All that. It's okay to smack your wife around, manipulate, scam people, all that shit. I mean, that's basically what everybody's telling me. When people tell me to shut the fuck up and stay in my lane, if I point out that somebody's manipulating or somebody is bullying the people that depend on them, they're abusing the responsibility that they got. I'm a piece of shit or I'm a jealous fucking clown or something for doing that. But it's okay for these people to do what they do. But the one thing that I could say is a lot of people are hypocritical on this matter, or hypocrites. Is a lot of people don't like Savage. A lot of people can't stand him. But yet, how's he doing anything different than some of these other people? He's the same person. He's out there with his. The one thing that I can respect about the whole thing dealing with him is at least he tells you what he is. You got some of these other people that don't even do that. But what he does is he really does love the drama, and he gets a little too drunk or high or whatever it is he's on. He takes things out of context, or he has his little trolls or his little army of sassy savvies. Sometimes some of these people are like really not looking out for his best interests and just want to see him fall, so they push him into some drama. They got at him and told him that I was talking shit about him. He goes on a vagina gushing rant about me, calling me out to fade, all this, calling me all kinds of names, talking shit. And then I fucking hit him back, and he's never been able to recover from that. He just went on a fucking out of control after that one. He got a little bizarre, a little weird, and then he was sniffing around the Walmart, and the rest is history. So then he gets back out, feels that nobody is entitled to an explanation, but he's an influencer, remember? He's a content creator, so yes, these people do, deserve like an explanation for what happened to you. Some of these people want to know if they still like want to follow you or listen to you or buy your merch or whatever. They come to find out that you know, were sniffing around in a way that was very bizarre. People should know about that kind of stuff. I mean, people don't need to know about your home stuff with your wife and your kids and what kind of substances you're using or anything like that, because that's all personal shit. But when it comes to something like that, then yeah, you should probably break bread and tell people all about it. But this entitlement that these people, these millennials and stuff have, they don't feel they owe you that. You ain't got that coming, so they ain't going to tell it to you. So why ask for it? So he makes some content, he runs it for a little while. Then something else happens. I don't really know quite what it was. It had to do with Lance and a bunch of other shit. He loses his wife again, and now next thing you know, he's on the pier at Huntington Beach, causing drama. Whatever the case may be, he's walking away and they're going to jail. So, there's that. But he's always into some kind of trouble. He starts this new channel because he loses his phone. And he sees something on Instagram dealing with Bozo, the rapper Bozo. Some of you may have never heard about him because he was a Chicano rapper on the West Coast. And of course, the hip hop world does everything in its power to keep like Mexican rappers down and out of the mix and out of the mainstream. So you may not have heard of him, but nonetheless, he went on the Tony A. the Wizard podcast, the Rhodium radio show, whatnot, where Savage was sniffing around on and called in there, basically stalking Bozo and trying to put him on notice in the whole world that he has a waiver that can be signed to get him to accept this fight. Telling him that you were speaking on my name, you were talking shit about me. Same shit he told me. But he started it. Because once again, one of his little fans or one of his little antagonists that just like try to keep the drama going, told him about something that Bozo posted, like you fools want to go S&Y because you want to go home on your EPRD date. So what did Savage do? He creates a video called Bozo the Clown. And you know Bozo, he's Bozo. If you a Sureño, you a homie, or you from a gang, you've been banging or something like that, you know that a lot of these Picassos, these nicknames, you have these nicknames for a reason. We don't just pull them out of our ass. A lot of times somebody else gave them to us. Why do you think they're calling him Bozo? Bozo the Clown? Maybe it's because he clowns. Maybe because he talks shit. So yeah, that's his personality. He's automatically going to fall into that. He's going to talk shit. He's going to clown Savage Studios because Savage Studios made a whole video about him called Bozo the Clown. So he's clowning. So yeah, now next thing you know, here comes Savage. He's trying to get something. He's trying to find something big to shoot him back up there to be with the rest of his boob tube brigade, his boob tube family that have manipulated themselves into your lives and your hearts. He's trying to get back to that at the expense of anybody and everybody around him. So he goes on Tony A. the Wizard, totally disrespectful, right? Goes on Tony A. the Wizard's show to get at Bozo. Tony A. the Wizard's never said nothing bad about Savage, only asked Bozo about what's his beef with Savage, but he never said nothing bad about him. Should be honored that he even mentioned his name, because Tony A. the Wizard, in case any of you are not familiar with him, he's been around a long time. I mean, he looks young, but he's got to be way older than me, at least 10 years older than me. And way back in 1988, I had a mixtape that said Rhodium on it. And it could have been Tony A. the Wizard's. I think that's what he did. But it was a mixtape of NWA, the Wrecking Crew and all of them. Dr. Dre on there going, Tony A. the Wizard, he's down with us, talking about Rhodium. Been a long time since I don't really remember exactly how it went, but some of yous out there, you old heads, OGs, veteranos and stuff, probably know what I'm talking about. Well, that's Tony A. the Wizard right there. He knows a lot of people. He's done a lot. He's done a lot for his community. Good dude, from what I understand, very humble. Out there in the harbor area and shit where he comes from. And he just runs his podcast about music. He's not with all this prison YouTube genre, beef, and all that stuff like that. But you see, this is what I've been trying to tell you guys about this influencing and misleading and conning of people that goes on here. And I got to be the fucking bad guy to point the shit out, and I got to be the one that gets most ridicule for it and most hatred for it. When I'm telling you that these fools are trying to convince you that it's okay to link up with child molesters and rats and all this shit and do these events. It's okay to do all this stuff. It's okay to tell on people. It's okay to rape people and do whatever. It's okay to listen to SPM even though he got caught with his dick in a 13-year-old girl's mouth. It's okay to hook up with Mighty Mouse. He was trafficking 13-year-old girls. But that's all in the past. But fuck JD. He's a race traitor. And a racist at the same time. Go figure, right? I figured out how to, defy the odds of gravity. But yeah. Way out of pocket. Because the one thing, nobody could say this about me. I don't go on everybody else's channel. I don't troll nobody. I don't talk shit on people's channels. You don't got me all up in their lives talking shit. I ain't calling into somebody's show, calling people bitch-ass punks and bitches and punks and all this shit. Disrespecting the host and everything to go after the guest. But the funny thing about it is when he was on this show, okay, the weird part is he's calling in the beginning, he's like, put up there, there's a doja, there's a beige or something. For real, for a second there, I thought that fucking John Travolta somehow was reenacting Grease, or it was actually Andrew Dice Clay reenacting his voice.
It's in your mouth. It's sensitive.
Hello?
Listen to this, you're gonna die. I swear you're gonna crack up, right?
Well, that's cool, baby. I mean, you know how it is, rockin' and rollin'.
Yeah, pretty much like that. And he got what he deserved. He got shut down. He didn't get a chance to get a word in edgewise. Bozo's who he is, Bozo. He's clowning him, talking shit, telling him what it is. And it's the same thing that I've been telling all you guys from the rip. But none of you wanted to believe me, but you got to hear it from him. We don't fight those kind of people. We can't fight these people that have snitched and that have debriefed and done all that shit. We can't fight stool pigeons that are willing to testify against people and stuff. Doesn't matter who they're testifying against. And especially if those same people are trying to get you caught up with law enforcement and get bogus criminal charges put on you that they know in their mind is bogus, but because you've spoken ill against their boob tube god, they're going to ruin your life. This is what these weirdos do nowadays. And they demand a fair one is what they call it. But what they really need is a hot one. A hollow point hot one going right in their forehead. That's what most of these people need. Misleading and manipulating. The spreaders of lies and gossip and slander. They go out there and become these keyboard warriors because, they already PC'd up in prison. They were cell warriors in there, real tough behind the door, telling the cops everything you're doing. Now they get out, they hide in their houses, and they get on these keyboards and they go to work. So with this right here, it's just it's way out of pocket, and it didn't shock me. But going over to Savage's response, another vagina gushing rant, charged by his alcoholism and whatever else that he's doing, that, that's on him, but probably just got done smacking Brittany around and decided to go and say just exactly how he feels about all these people. He's demanding a fight, and it's set up with all the seat sniffers and chomos, the line, all these things, and you're not going to get that. That's why I tell these people, man, show up at my door. Show up at my door, because I'm not going to go out. I can't go out and set up nothing with you because you're trash. You just got to show up at my front door. That's all you got to do. Knock at the door and we handle business. We don't need cameras. We don't need to invent. We don't need fucking spectators and publicity and all that. If you're doing it on some real shit, that's what you should do. Just rush them. That was my fucking advice to Savage Studios. Go out there and handle your business. Just rush up on Bozo. Just catch him slipping somewhere. I promise you he's going to fight you. If you're worried about getting jumped by those people or going to jail or anything like that, that's the excuse that so many of you people use nowadays. You talk about you a G, you with it, and you all this and this and that. You need publicity, you need a camera. Why? Because you know that all that will save you from getting an ass whooping to death? You afraid to die, obviously? Well, many of us maybe not so much afraid to die. Maybe that's why you're so mad, because you don't have that mentality. You never had it. And because you've never had it, you envy a motherfucker like that, or like me, or like some of us, and you talk shit. But like I said, this is the kind of disrespect, and this is the kind of shit is the reason why I'm on YouTube, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm that splinter under your thumb, to the point to where you just want to chop off your thumb. I got a pair of pliers and I'm pulling the scab off slow. Somebody's got to do it, man, because that's just the way it is. I'm not on here saying that I'm a life coach. I'm not giving you this perfect life to imitate. I got struggles from day to day. I struggle with the ups and downs of life. I got issues going on, everything like that. I do everything in my power to keep it together. If that's enough, then that's enough. But the only thing that I'm saying is be careful who influences you. Because it's those who influence you with this stuff right here. Their actions is really what does the most detrimental harm to a lot of these people that are looking to be influenced by them. And if somebody can point it out, then that's basically what it's all about. But he started this whole beef with Bozo. He started his beef with me. He started with Neil Nazad. He just and he blames everybody else when he gets himself in some deep shit. But this will never end. You'll continue to watch this hot mess, this downward spiral, this meltdown going on, until somebody gets badly hurt over there on that side of the world. And it's really sad, and all you can do is pray for them. But that's what it is. And you already know what it is. And you heard it right here. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, not sugarcoat, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that dick of reality. And I'm out.